I've been in the hospital all day long. My heart and my knee is messed up from moving. But anyway, and they're checking my back out to see if I've suffered any more damage. Because I'm not supposed to be doing all that stuff. It's just very, very hard on me. So anyway, I'm just really in a lot of pain today, and my knee is not working good. And I was having trouble with both knees for days. Uh, so anyway, um, I'm taking a little break while they get some tests done, and they want me to stay the night. Uh, but anyway, and I have to be up in Birmingham, so I'm gonna see if they can go ahead and let me go up there because I've got a meeting up there. But anyway, um, so uh, the other day I had two guys helping me, two homeless guys, and uh, while we are taking and loading stuff in the truck at 95-degree weather out of the two storages, 149 and 151, um, all of a sudden, the guy that works at the complex, there's just that lady and that guy, um, rolls up in the golf cart, holds up a piece of paper, looks up at the number, hey, looks up at the number, and then turns around, pulls the door down, and puts a red lock on the door. And my keys are in there. My car keys, all the storage keys, everything. And my pocketbook's in my car, which is locked. And the guys are like, "What are you doing?" And he says, "You charged back on the bank, and so now you owe." And I'm like, "For the third time, I'm gonna pay on this unit." They already got me for 530 days. Okay. And he says, "Yeah, and state of Florida, the statute law is a $50 fine for bad check." I said, "I didn't write you any bad check." And I said, "That's the whole reason for this illegal 9-day eviction of my office and storages is because your boss was too lazy to go through my account and explain, first of all, the list that I brought up there of all the different prices for about 9 months on my office alone." Yeah, it's pretty extensive, very vindictive. But it wasn't the guy; it's the girl. You know damn well she called him and gave him orders to do so because she was up there earlier and then left. Um, and um, I should have called the sheriffs right then. When I talked to the sheriffs, they were like, "You should have called us right then. You should have called us the day that you were served that 9-day notice. We'd have straightened her right out because that's highly illegal in the state of Florida. You cannot put somebody out of their office in nothing less than 30 days. Nothing less. And it has to go through legal procedure. And there has to be valid reason for it. And there's none. It's because she was too lazy to do her job. I went up there nicely. I had a list of about 9 months that comes right off their website, not even counting my receipts with all these weird extra little charges and things. And she refused to explain anything to me and threatened me and all the other people in the other offices that she would evict us all in 30 days. How about that? And then told me to shut up. And I said, "Wow, I mean, I come up here and you're telling me to shut up and you're yelling at me. Why?" I just came up here to ask a couple questions about my account. I mean, that's her job. If I have an inquiry about fees and amounts and whatever, she's supposed to be able to answer that. So it kind of looks like to me it's all intentional because all three of my accounts have all kinds of extra little fees on there with no explanation. And the guy that also works there, he's like, "Oh, they're back taxes that you owed. They screwed up something in the main office in Birmingham and all that. And so you're lucky you didn't get charged a lump sum." Hey, that's not my fault. And I didn't see anywhere where it says taxes. I talked to the IRS today and they were like, wrong. So, anyway, the guys are like going, what are you doing? And he's like, I have to lock it up because, you know, um, uh, she recalled the payment through the bank. And it was the two, if you guys remember, it was the two payments that were at the same time and the same transaction number for one unit. And so I paid $500 for one unit. Okay. So now he's telling me it's like $300 to get my keys out of the storage. The guys were like, come on now. It was like over half empty, but my damn keys were in there. Well, he did open it back up because the guys were like, don't even do that. That's not cool. Because one, I wouldn't even be able to pay him because I can't even get to my car or my pocketbook or anything. And I had no keys to the other storages, not to the new ones, and not to those, because he just locked it up. So he let me have my keys, but he told me I had to pay a $50 state of Florida bounce check fee plus the amount of the unit. Okay? So now I got to pay that unit for the third time. So anyway, I get the money, I go up to the office, and he goes, what do you want? He yells at me. I said I was going to pay my storage so it can be unlocked. And he says, you got the money? I said, yes. Well, then give it to me. And I said, well, I need change and a receipt. Well, how about if I just take the money and I'll give you a receipt later? I said, no, can't do that. And so he says, well, then give me 5 minutes. Well, because he had to call her and see how he's going to figure out how to do this, because obviously this is another illegal transaction. And so, anyway, it gets better as we go along. So anyway, hey, I like wait outside the office because he's on the phone immediately. And so he charged me almost $300, which this receipt isn't even correct. But anyway, when I went back in, I was he says, okay, I'll take your money now. And I said, you can give me change and a receipt. Yes. And so he takes my money, gives me change and a receipt. And it's like a duplicate of my other receipt. And this says, before this payment, your rent was due on Monday, August 1st, 2022. Okay, and then it says there's a payment. And then it says today's payment. Okay. And it says your next rent is past due. It was due Monday, August 1st. You still owe $184. Late charge of $20 is imposed if you're 5 days late. You have a credit on the account for $254.48. So none of this makes any sense. And then it says money still owed, rent $164, $11.48 tax, $9 insurance, and miscellaneous $254.48. Total owed $184.48. Rent for 8/1 to 9/1, 164 plus following charges. Insurance total 184.48. Okay. It doesn't say anything about a Florida statute, $50 charge, and all that other crap anywhere on there. Um, and So who knows where that money's exactly going. But so now I've paid 3 times on that unit. And um, even on the chargeback, I never got the money on the chargeback or anything like that. I've still paid out 500 the time before, and this almost 300 to them the other day when he locked my keys in the unit. Um, right before they closed the office, we were back there loading. So then, and I told him, I said, man, I wanted to pay these guys. Now I can't pay these guys to help me. You know, I mean, it's just sick and incessant, and it's not him. It's her giving him orders just to keep jacking with me. You know what I mean? And so I don't know how long it's supposed to go on for, but I thought we were kind of done here until we go to court. So, but it is highly illegal to evict anyone out of an office, um, and especially if there's any dispute in monies, repairs, anything like that. Because that was one thing I did ask her. Were we going to get credit for when the toilet was broken for 3 weeks? Okay, and she never offered keys to the outside bathrooms that they lock after their office is closed, so that any of us could use those all the time that was broken. So it just it's a vicious mess. Um, Especially when I was paid up to date. That's another illegal thing too. I was paid up to date. If I wasn't paid up to date, it'd be another story, but it still takes time to evict in a commercial office. And it is a commercial office. It's on the website. I got copies of that. It was on the marquee, which I've got pictures of that. And it's on my contract listed as an office, even though they use a bogus storage contract, which that's not even legal. I already took that down to the DA in the courthouse, and they were like, "What kind of shady crap is this?" So I don't know, I just rent from them. But other than the fact she was trying to threaten the other office renters that have nothing to do with any of this, and she said, "Oh, how about if I just evict y'all and all y'all in those offices back there don't even need you in 30 days?" And it was like, I'm just looking at her like, you know, because you can't argue with her. It doesn't do you any good. She just keeps screaming. And I don't need all that stress and drama, you know. And it's just a waste of breath to talk to somebody that's that ignorant. If she's the one that's lacking, it's her fault. She knows she's wrong. And she's going to fire on me. Good luck. Sucks. It also is affecting your business. Oh, yeah. I am so mad. I have no electric. I cannot auction because I have to print out their shipping labels on my printer, and I have to have power, okay, and internet. Now, I can put the internet to my computer, and I can plug my computer into the car, but I had no way to plug the printer into the car to print out the shipping labels so I can ship the products. And I shipped an order out today for eBay, and it went to California, and I had to go to the post office in person and wait in line to ship it out. It's so much easier when you can. I use Pirate Ship for most of all my shipping, except for on the auction site. They have their own shipping thing that you have to use because it's all paid for by the customers, and so you have to use their stuff. But when I use Pirate Ship, I just go on the computer and it takes me like 1 minute to print and pay for a shipping label and commercial price and all that. And see, I don't get commercial price when I ship to the post office, and I have to stand in line, you know. So, yeah. So, I mean, this is just, it just goes on and on and on. And then today, he sent me some text messages. What's going on with your office? Okay. And I already told him over a week ago that she had evicted me in 9 days out of my office and storages. And he was like, oh, like he didn't know, right? To begin with. She calls him every day and sits on that phone with him for 2.5 hours while he's at work, telling him all her personal problems, her drama, all her bullcrap. I feel sorry for him. He's most of the time he's been a really nice guy to me, like a brother in the past. And then, after the toilet thing and everything, like he was going, it was only broke for a week. And it's like, no, it's 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I mean, I was in flames. She was sitting on her butt in that front office for a whole week. Never came back there, never sent anybody to fix it, nothing. When he cracked that whole toilet tank up in 2 places. And that was not the original problem with the toilet. It just needed a floaty thing. Because the cuckoo lady that they rented the other office to as storage is in there tearing the whole place up and busted up that thing because she got to search the toilet for bombs and cameras every time she comes in there. And it's old and it just couldn't take anymore and it broke. And it would stay stuck. So the water would keep filling in the toilet tank and it would flow out through the hole where the toilet handle goes in, and it would drip in the floor. And then when he went back there to work on it and um, dropped the damn unit to fix it with in the floor and broke it, and I watched him do it outside on the concrete and in there, and he left all his trash all over, which I get blamed for. Yeah, it has. And so, he left all the trash in there and everything. And that cuckoo woman will go up in that office every time she comes by, going, "Oh, Red trashed up the bathroom, or Red did this, or Red did that." And it's like, you know, really? One, she shouldn't have any permission or keys to that bathroom. It should be locked and keyed to the people that have businesses back there. It's for us. All they rented her was a storage. All she gets is what's behind the damn door. And she should not be in our offices bugging us or anything else like she has been. You know? So, anyway, I mean, it was really a bad decision to put a storage renter into the office units. Very bad. She is there like 3 times a week, if not more, and creeps in there and it's scary to death when you start hearing doors and people coming in and stuff. Uh, but anyway, so um, it just is like, man. So the toilet was broken, and he left all the parts, on the counter and the top off and everything. And so sometime from when I left the night before to the next morning, somebody had used the toilet or flushed it, whatever, and it had been leaking and drained all the way into my office, halfway in, which I showed pictures and video of that on YouTube. And I was like, no. I opened the door of my office and it's just water. And I went up front and he was in the office and I said, look, um, when are you guys going to fix the toilet? And he's like, well, what's the problem? And I said, well, because my office is half flooded. And, yeah. And he said, then why did you touch the effing toilet then? You shouldn't have used it. I said, I didn't use it. I just came in the door and my office is half flooded. Obviously, My best friends that have the other office, I know where they are anywhere in the world. When they're in Japan, China, Australia, wherever they're working, they work for the military, and we talk all the time, and almost every day actually. Um, I have real good friends of mine, and they have military contract. They do all the military hospitals tools, and they repair them and adjust them and sharpen them and replace any that are not any good anymore. And then they sterilize them and they deliver them back to the hospital. And then they're sterilized again when they come to the hospital before they use them in the operating rooms. So that's what they do. And there's like 5 military hospitals here in the area. So they're only here like a week out of every month. Sometimes they come for 2 weeks. They'd be separate. Or it might be a week and then another trip for 3 days. But anyway, so and all of our hours are much different than the office hours of the complex managers, whatever. But yeah, so he was screaming his bloody brains out at me that I shouldn't have touched the effing toilet and da 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 da. I said I didn't touch it. I said so. They're out of town, the guys that have the other office. So I guess it's that kooky woman that you guys rented it to for storage. It's kind of obvious because the toilet's all apart. There's parts boxes parts all over the counter. There's trash on the floor and everything else from him working on it before. And so then he went and turned the damn water off, right? And so then he told me to put a sign up, don't use the toilet. You know. So I'm the one that had to put that sign up about how it was flooded, from the week before. And so then um, they still didn't fix it. And then when the guys come in, they knew about the whole thing. And he was going to go buy the kit because the guy that works there told me that they can't afford the parts. The company's so sorry they can't afford the parts, which he said that many, many times before about other situations for other people in the complex and that. I don't know what's with this company. They don't want to put out money for parts, to fix anything. And it's like, that's really a bummer. I said, man, I'd buy the part and put it in myself. It would take me 35 minutes to put that float thing in the tank. But I just don't have the money. And other than the fact I found their receipt taken off my rent. So when they come in town, I told them when the guy come back there and he was trying to put the parts in, then he broke the tank in 2 different places. And I got video of it and all that stuff I showed you on YouTube, and he was like, this is the whole reason it's leaking. There's a hairline crack right here, and he was standing on the side of the tank, and it's showing the front, towards the handle that you flush it with. And he's like, there's a hairline crack here, and that's why it leaks. And it was like, no, it was coming through the hole. There was no crack there before. And it's draining on the floor now, right? Because he had turned the water on, filled the tank to test the parts, and it's just like going crazy because he'd been banging and cussing on the damn thing. And it's just draining all over the floor again, through the wall, into my office again. And he doesn't even know that you pull the flapper up and the water will go down the hole. So he's reaching over, grabbing a bucket, trying to put it under this tank, and he goes in the front office. Well, I go look at it and I walk around the side, and there's this other humongous crack in the tank, like a half-inch split all the way down. And it's just draining in the floor and part of the bucket. I reach in there and pull the flapper up, and the water drains out of the tank down the hole. How hard was that? It's gravity, man. That's how a toilet works. It's freaking gravity. So anyway, my stuff gets messed up again, and they still don't fix it. So when the guys come in town, he said, well, I'll have a look at it. We might be able to get a universal for it, a universal upper tank. Yeah, it really is. And so I start looking on Lowe's and Home Depot and all for this so-called universal tank, and I told my friend that has the other office, I said, I don't think it's going to fit, because it's the unit's too old, and it's not showing that it will fit that particular name brand unit or model number. And I said, I think it's going to be problematic. The only thing that is online is some people selling used toilet parts, and they want like $200 just for the tank, a used tank, and we don't have time for all that. So he said, I'll see you when we get in. So they got in on the weekend, and he comes and looks and he goes, Jesus Almighty! I said, I know. I said, in fact, he's got the water shut off. And I said, they really need to have that woman not be using our bathroom and just don't touch it anymore, because if they'll fix it, it'll just break again, because she'll be in there piddling around looking for bombs and cameras because she's paranoid of her ex-husband. I don't know. She's all up in that smoke alarm on a ladder, opening that all up when she comes in there every single time. She opens this big wall grate in the floor and looks in there, opens every cupboard in the bathroom and takes the toilet tank off, and then looks in the trash can. And then she opens her unit, looks in there for about 3 minutes, then says a few words, comes back out, might bug one of us in our offices, and then leave. And then she's up in the office complaining about some bullcrap, you know. And so anyway, I'm highly offended. I mean, I pay, like $1,000, almost $1,000 over here, and be treated like dirt. And my bill's different on all my stuff every month with all these little extra $4, $2, and no explanation what it is. Oh, it's taxes they forgot to charge you. One of them that said back amount due, previous amount due. There's no previous amounts due there. You pay in full or you don't. That's just the way it is. Come 30 days, if you owe a debt, they just put your stuff up for auction. It's just the way they do it there. So there's no $2, $4, nothing. They auction that stuff up. So anyway, and I get a receipt every time I pay. I'd started paying online most of the time if the guy wasn't in the office, because I wanted nothing to do with her, because I'm tired of her screaming in my face. She's always got some personal problem and up in my face. So I just stay away from her. She walks by, I don't even talk to her unless she says something to me, and hoping it's nice, because she pretends, a lot too. But anyway, so the guys, he went and measured everything, and then he went down to Lowe's, and he's like, screw it. It needs a whole toilet because we can't get a tank that'll fit it. That universal will not fit. And right there was like $100 for a universal, right? So anyway, he runs down to Lowe's, and the cheapest toilet he could get, it was in stock. He got that, came back, and that was like $176, something like that. And came back, starts tearing the toilet up, and goes to put it in, and the tank won't clear. And it's because that was a chopped up apartment, so the wall isn't right. And it really sucked. The tank just would not clear. So he'd already used the wax ring for it, and that was really sad because now he's thinking he can't return the toilet. So we listed on Marketplace, and we're getting all kinds of people wanting it, but they wanted it even cheaper, and we were doing it like half price. That's what he said. He didn't care, just sell it, and maybe he could recoup some money out of it, and it hadn't even had water put in it. And so we tried to sell it on there, and it was just so freaking problematic, and so anyway, he had to turn around and go buy another toilet, and the only other toilet they had in stock that would clear was $300. That's right. So he went down there with his card and bought another toilet for $300 and installed that, and it's a really nice toilet, I'm telling you. It has the quick flush and then the regular. And so he you don't get free advertising here, so you need to learn how to get money and pay for advertising somewhere not on my channel. Any advertising has to be approved through me. So go bye bye. But anyway, so he he installs that toilet and everything. And then he's like reading through the contract and he's like, yeah, they probably won't pay me for it either too. Because I'd have to notify them, even though they knew it was broke for 3 weeks and they screwed it all up. You know, he's like, I'll probably never see my money. And I'm like, that is so pitiful. So, I don't know what to say. Guess you had a fun time. Yeah, really. So anyway, he he says, God, this person. So anyway, we're all pretty sad about the whole thing. And I'm reporting these. So anyway, it was pretty pitiful, and it's not like she went back there and said, "Oh wow, thank you for the help." Now he did. He's like, "Thanks," because not only did we fix that back toilet, we fixed the outdoor men's bathroom that's been broke for over a year because they're too chumpy to put out the money for the parts for that. We were told way back. So we took those parts that he had brought back and took them off that other broken toilet tank and put in the men's bathroom outside so it would now work. And she still hasn't opened the men's bathroom back up. So everybody has to go in that one bathroom. But anyway, so yeah, I mean it's pretty bad. He was like, we're guys and we are not like going down the street to go to the bathroom. So we have to have a toilet. So we had to put one in. He's like, I'm not playing that game. And, I mean, it already been broke 3 weeks. You know, it was a holiday weekend. You know, they were closed on Monday too. So, but I mean, you know, if it was in their office, that sucker would be fixed in an hour. You know, it would be fixed in an hour because she's her raggedy bitch. She doesn't want to go without a damn toilet. But anyway, so it's just a mess, a total mess. And so anyway, it's so absolutely ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Other than the fact I've had to pay 3 times on that one unit, and they claimed that I had to pay some Florida State bounce check fee something of $50, and it's not even listed on that receipt. You know, it looks just like a copy of my old one or something. You know, so I don't know. It's just ridiculous, pitiful, sad. So I, lost a bunch of my stuff that was still in there. Some stuff was stolen out of my office, and that was pitiful. I mean, why? Why? I had 5 boxes of tools that disappeared. And it's just like, I mean, really? It's like, just take the knife and keep stabbing me some more. It just doesn't stop. Um, you know, uh, the only other time I want to deal with them is in court. Really. I'm so tired of it. They have stolen and stolen and stolen from me, lied to me, abused me, and now they've just beat the Florida statute where there's nobody evicted out of an office in less than 30 days on commercial property in an office. It's highly illegal in the state of Florida. 100%. So it ought to be interesting. Yep. And there's so much other bull crap going on around there. A lot of it's because I see a lot of stuff there and know a lot of stuff there. And I mean, that's their business, what they do. as long as it doesn't affect me. A few times it has affected me, interrupted my life, and I've mentioned it and stuff, and they don't give a damn. They're like, well, it's just because you were there, or well, just because. And it's like, man, they need to be managing this complex and babysitting the crap, okay? Because one, it's not my job. I have a business there, okay? I should be able to work my business. I pay rent. It should be a working complex. It should have a bathroom. So sorry. Yeah, I mean, again, who rents an office without a bathroom? She had said, I don't give a if, because I could just shut the bathroom down if I feel like it, and just nobody will have a bathroom back there. And I can do this and I can do that. And it's like, well, I'm sitting there thinking, well, who's renting an office without a bathroom? Does anybody know of a place they're renting an office where they don't get a bathroom or some kind of access to a bathroom some way, somehow? Because I would never rent an office unless there was a bathroom available. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like you rent an office and you go to a McDonald's next door down the street or gas station to go use the loo. Who would rent an office like that? You know? That makes zero sense whatsoever. It's just like the guys in the other office. She sent some email saying that they were going to have to pay for a parking space, because they have rental parking spaces there. And they're there usually once a month for 4 to 5 days, and they've been there longer than me, like 3 years, I think, before this lady even came to manage the property. And I was like, what? The oval can't really function. Yeah. Um, I mean, and I said, that's bullcrap that she's wanting to charge you for a parking space and you're hardly ever there. Like there's no room or something. The movers over there pay for one parking space for a truck. They bring 2 to 3 cars and park them all over the complex and have been doing it, and she never charges them for those spaces. Only for the space for the truck. For me, I'd say, hey, your cars go into the place where the truck is while you're moving people. If they don't fit, you're going to have to rent another space. But no. She just lets them park all over. Hell, they were parking in my parking space, and that came with my office. That was part of the deal. And when we agreed on the parking space, I said, okay, make sure it's on my contract. Apparently, they never put it on there. Because she threatened me later. I don't have to give people parking spaces or anything, and da. And they're not necessarily included with offices. And I'm like, excuse me? No, because we danced around this 5-6 months. Of them trying to talk me into getting an office instead of working out of my storage unit like I was, and so many other people are too. They have their little woodworking or whatever, and they're working out of their storage units and stuff. And they don't charge them for any parking space or anything. But she had told me, oh, and showed me the bathroom, and we have this bathroom, and we do all the cleaning, and we supply the paper towels and the toilet paper. We take out the trash, and we do the floors, and and I'll give you this parking space over here, and da 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 da. And no one's ever cleaned there but me and the guys in the other office. Started cleaning recently because they didn't know I was doing all the cleaning. They said they saw the guy that works there about 2 times in the past 3 years to come in and do the floor. As long as I've rented there almost a year, no one's cleaned it but me. The guy in the office has not come back there to clean. And if you ask for toilet paper and paper towels up in the front office, he says, well, she doesn't buy very much, or, I'll give you 1 roll. That's like once a month. 1 roll of paper towel, 1 roll of toilet paper. And it's like, well, I have to buy the toilet paper when the guys come in town. And I mean, it's not fair to me, but I got to pay for it all. And he's like, well, she just doesn't buy enough. I've tried to tell her to go to Sam's and buy in bulk. I mean, all this stuff is not my problem, you know? So, geez. So, I don't know. It's a mess, but it was very disappointing when he come back there and locked that unit up with my keys in it and want to charge me almost another $300 on that same unit. In 30 days, I've paid 500 and then almost another 300 in 30 days. I mean, it's just abusive. Why? How much further does this go? And my eviction was until the 5th. I It was my understanding it was the 5th in the morning uh, before they opened the office. So I was hell bent to try to get that stuff out, and I was going full 24 hours. Now I did ask permission of the guy because I had not slept at all. That I was going to try to get an hour or so of sleep, and I would come back and get some more if it was okay on the 5th. And he said, "Well, okay, you know." And I did go back to get a little more, but there was a bunch of stuff missing. So, um, you know, and I ended up losing a lot. I didn't even get to clean, and I've never left anything dirty. Never ever have I left a house or apartment rented but dirty. That's just nasty. I was property manager twice, and I'm telling you, that's nasty. So I mean, I got glitter on the floor. I spilled a bunch of rhinestones when I was moving stuff out, which I needed those rhinestones back. Um, but like hundreds of them on the floor. And my office furniture, some of that's still over there. So I lose. A stereo, big microwave, um, tables. I mean, I got video of it, pictures. So, but I wanted to clean it and do a final video after I'd cleaned it all up because they left it to me nasty and made me pay. What can I do for you? What? Is it free?
Huh?
Is it free?
No. Were you waiting in the parking lot?
So anyway, people are always asking me for money or trying to give me some. So anyway, I I'm just really disappointed with the whole thing. Um, really unprofessional. I feel sorry for the guy. I mean, I should probably not feel anything, but I really like that guy, and I know his wife too. She's a very nice lady. Um, but I feel sorry for the way he's used and abused and screamed at, and it's just a shame. Um, I mean, we call that woman Hitler. Everybody calls her Hitler because she goes psycho. You know, so I don't know, but I don't know, you guys. It's just messy. I mean, it creeps me out. That place scares me. I mean, I would have loved it, gone back, got more, whatever. But here's the thing, you know, I don't trust her at all. I do not trust her at all. Now, the sheriffs are behind me 100%. And they're like, if you have any problems, you call us again, da 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 da. So everything's documented. But, you know, I mean, I'm tired of the drama and the bullcrap, you know. I was thrown out illegally, so, like, leave me alone. Because I'm coming back to collect legally in court. That's a promise. 100%. I'm going to stand for that Florida state law all day long. The IRS is already intrigued with the whole thing, too, so I showed him all those papers where I was told that those little fees and stuff were back taxes that they forgot to charge me. How do you back charge somebody? I don't see where that's even legal. When I make a business deal with somebody, it should be the same rent all the time. All the time. And if there's any late charges, it should be the same all the time. If there's any raises, they should be, giving me a 30-day notice. And again, what is going on? What's the problem?
I'm sorry. Are you?
This parking is not for grocery pickup right here. See the signs? They're on the other side.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just checking to see if you were picking
I
somebody up.
thank you. Oh my God. So anyway, the thing is that, it's just kind of a sick and incessant situation all the way around. So, I just don't know. But I'm tired of the bullcrap. They just think I'm some stupid Jamo. I guess they just do this a lot to people. And they just keep getting away with it. It's a shame. It's really a shame. So, I don't know. Let's see. Get some kind of cash back for all that crap. Yeah. Being jacked around. I mean, for no reason. Well, I think a lot of it's paranoia. Because there's some really serious stuff going on around there. But, as I say, as long as it doesn't affect my business, bother me, it's just like passing by. You know what I mean? It's just like if you saw a drug deal on the street. It's not like you're going to pick up the phone, call the sheriffs immediately and go, oh my God, there's a drug deal. You just kind of let sleeping dogs lie. That's their business. You don't have time to sit around and wait for a sheriff to come and tell them, okay, I saw this car and here's the tag number. No. You just carry on and, eventually, they'll get caught. I mean, you give them enough rope, they hang themselves. But I see so much stuff. And I've heard so much stuff, and I know a bunch of illegal stuff's going on over there. And it's just that's their problem. Yes, a couple times it has directly affected me, and I have complained. I've said, look, some druggie that was over there all the time. And that they had living in a storage unit for 2 years. They kept banging on the hallway office doors, drunk and high out of their skull. Okay? And they'd be yelling my name out there. And they don't seem to understand that there's other offices back there, and that door is not like the door to my office. And day or night, they would be doing that. And I'd hear their voice be calling me and stuff, and then I'd open the door and say, what is it? Oh, can you take me over to the gym so I can get a free shower on your membership? Or my phone's locked up. Can you fix it for me? Or, just stupid crap, and interrupting my work. And when I'm teaching English, when they interrupt my English class and make all that noise, that the student will disconnect because it's very rude in Japan to interrupt their class with noise or, be answering your phone or taking a drink while you are teaching. You have to pay total attention to them. And what they do is they'll disconnect the class and then you don't get paid. And so it's not good. I've had to drop 2 classes because of that. Kind of ruckus. So, it's just when I've complained about it, she was in my face going, well, you shouldn't answer the goddamn door. And it's like, well, you should tell your tenants to leave the offices alone. We're here working. If you see me outside, or, to my car or something, come talk to me there or whatever. But don't interrupt my work. That's not what that door is for. It's bad enough when people from storages will bang on it day or night and go, ah, and you yell down the hallway and go, who is it? Especially when I'm the only one there. And they'll go, you put a red lock on my unit, god damn it, you BBB and FFF and MF and I paid and you need to take it off. So I had nothing to do with the storage company. Okay? I rent from them just like you do. You know? These offices have nothing to do with the storage company problems. That's the front office. If you have a problem, call the number on the gate. Call the number on the front of the building. Call the number on the marquee. Read your contract. Call them. They're there 24 hours a day. If they feel like answering the phone and talk to you direct, other than that, it goes to the answering service. I mean, it's constant. I had a real nice sign on the door. It said, for your storage concerns, please consult with the front office, or call their number, and they will be glad to assist you. And she ripped that off about 4 months ago. And it was up there for like 6 months. Yeah. And it was like, I asked her, I said, because I asked him, I said, where did the note go that was on the front door? So people stopped banging on this door day and night when we're trying to work back here and interrupt us. And that's including FedEx coming to deliver stuff to the front office. And they'd be banging on that door too. And we can't accept packages for front office. We can't even go get the mail. And we have mailing addresses there. We're not even allowed to go get the mail out of the damn mailbox. We have to wait for them. And she doesn't want to go get that mail till like 4 p.m. every day. No lie. That's the last thing she does is go get the mail. The mail comes at 11. So if you have any packages or important bills or anything, you're not seeing them till they feel like going to that mailbox about 4 or 5 p.m. Yeah. It's just really strange. But yeah. So, I don't know, you guys, but it's messy. So I just was going to give you an update, and, other than that, I'm going for third party. You know what I mean? Third party legal assistance. I've already talked to several people already. Talked to 2 big property companies, and we're like, you know how illegal it is? They will put the owner in jail over that on a 9-day office eviction. That's Florida statute. I'm like, really? So, if I was the owner and I found out about that, and they were going to put me in jail over an illegal eviction in the state of Florida, I would not be a happy camper. No, sir, I would not. Yeah, I mean, it would not be a good thing. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great evening. I love you. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you in the next one. I have got to get back to the hospital and see what's going on with some of the results and stuff, and I'll see what they plan to do at this point. Yeah. They said I was very lucky I didn't die. I'm like, die? Really? But they said it was just too much on my heart. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you on the next one. I gotta get back over there, find out what these doctors are talking about. Love you.